Hello and welcome to this video. I am Shifa Cyclewala from Hacktify Cybersecurity. Hacktify Cybersecurity is an organization teaching students and professionals about cybersecurity, ethical hacking, web and mobile application pen testing. In this particular video, we are going to discuss about an Instagram report which rewarded 30,000 US dollars to an Indian researcher. So in this video we are going to talk about no rate limiting kind of issues, how to bypass rate limiting issues with the help of IP rotate, as well as we are going to discuss about race conditions. So rate limiting is when a server blocks a user from sending multiple requests or more than the expected number of requests from one single user. In most of the application, it has been seen that the developer do not block the user account which is sending that request, but blocks the IP address from which the request or the multiple requests are coming. Report says that this particular vulnerability was reported to a lot of big names and so many researchers has bagged a lot of bounties with the same attack. So in this video, I am going to practically show you that how you can do the same. Race condition is a flaw in which the user sends concurrent requests to the server in short span of time and overwhelms the server with high number of requests. This high number of requests overwhelms the server and servers gives a lot of sensitive information in some cases, and some cases it can be even more dangerous. TOC2 is a class of software bug which is generally caused by race conditions. TOC2 stands for time of check to time of use. Now let's get into the practical to see how you can also replicate the same issue. Okay, so now we are onto the screen and you can see my terminal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the first command for this demonstration. So the first command which I'm going to use is I'm going to host my local server with the help of Python module. So the module that I'm going to use is simple HTTP server, and I'm going to host it on any of the port number from 65535. So I am selecting 5000 as the port number for now. Make sure that you do not take or select the port number which is already in use, otherwise it will create some issues. Also, I want to say that I am on Python 2 version for this demonstration. If you are on Python 3, this particular command will not work for you. You have to use a slight different command, which I will be adding to the description. So now as you can see, the particular host has started serving the port number 5000 and serving HTTP on that. So now let's check out. So for that I need the IP address of my local computer. So how to get that? So for getting that, I'm going to type in ifconfig pipe. Also I'm going to grab that 192.168.0 because this is the series of my local network. So I hit enter and I got my IP address which is 192.168.0.104. So I am going to go to the URL bar and hit that IP address with the port number port number which is 5000 where I am hosting my Python server. So now all my local files are now been accessible through this directory listing. So in the file that I am interested in at this moment is urls.txt. So I am going to find out urls.txt and hit on that. So as you can see, this is a text file which is hosting some random text over here. Okay, so now I am again on my terminal. Okay, so onto this tab, you are able to see that there was one GET request for the particular file which was urls.txt, and you see that the status is 200, which is the user was able to get that file. So now this urls.txt is only accessible to me. I want the whole world to access this file. So for that reason, what I am going to do is I am going to port forward this. So for that, I am opening a new tab. I have already downloaded a tool. So I am going to my downloads. Into this folder, I have already downloaded one tool. The name of the tool is ngrok. So to start that, I am using ngrok http. I am going to use the same port number where I have already hosted few files. So you see that it has also started. The session status is online and I am on the free plan. Here you see that this URL can be accessed by anyone sitting in any part of the world. Okay, so now let's go to the browser again, and I'm going to type localhost colon 4040, where I'm going to see and get the logs of that ngrok. This is by default. You will also be served on 4040, so make sure that you use the same port number to get the logs. So what all I tried the logs, you can see over here that there is 1200 OK from this IP. Now in this case the IP is my public IP. You won't be able to see the same IP address that was 192 dot something dot something. My public IP can be seen over here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto the ngrok URL which is given by ngrok, and I am going to again search for urls.txt which I was been using from Python server. So now I see that this is urls.txt and I am trying to access it. There's some issue. Okay, let's reload, and here you can see that I am getting the same text which I got on the local server. So now you can see that it is 200 OK, and here you can see my IP address. It's again the same because I am accessing it from the same device. So now let's reload it once again. And you can see that again I am getting 200 OK, and the same IP address is again requesting the URLs. So I am trying it from single device, that's why I am getting again and again the same IP address. Okay, so now let's copy this and go to the other browser which is Firefox and paste this. So even if I access it from some other browser, I am going to get the same IP address. This is a basic concept. So here you see that URLs is again 200 OK and the same IP address even if I am accessing from some other browser, because the IP address remains the same. So to demonstrate this practical and to change the IP of my local computer, what I am going to do is each time I am not going to manually do it. In a lot of cases, we have a time limit to use a particular code. Let's say 10 minutes the particular OTP is valid. So I have to be very fast and I have to do each and everything into that 10 minutes so that to perform a proper exploitation. So for that reason, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my AWS account to help me out for this practical. So you will have to have a AWS account. From there you can get the access key and the secret key. Here you can see there are so many instances from so many different regions, US, East, West, North, and a lot more. Okay, so here is one extension which is IP Rotate, which I have downloaded from Extenders tab. You can see clearly from here that I am into the Extender tab. If you don't have this extension, you can just search for IP Rotate. You will be able to see the install button. In my case, it's reinstall because I already have it installed over here. So what I will do is, you make sure when you install this, you have to tick this checkbox to see this IP Rotate into the tab bar. Just check this box so that you can see the IP Rotate as I am into this video. Okay, so now this access key you will get from your AWS account, and also the secret key will be available to you from your AWS account, and this target host can be anything, but in my case I am going to use the same ngrok link which I have got. So I am going to type that ngrok, removing the rest of the part which was urls.txt, also removing the protocol, and now you see that this particular IP rotate thing is disabled. Okay, so now I'm going to paste this URL into the Firefox browser, and you see that I'm getting the successful response. So now I want this request into my burp, so I'm going to turn on the proxy intercept on, and then I'm going to send my request to repeater and hit on send. So here you can see that yes, I am getting test.php.volanweb.com, which is there over here. So you can see that I am getting again 200 OKs from the same IP which I am using since long, that is my device IP. Again I am sending it multiple times, 1, 2, 3, and you see that yes, I am getting again 3 requests with the same IP, and also the status was 200 OK. So now I am again going to my IP Rotate extender, and here I can just simply hit on enable. It will take some time to enable all my instances. It is going to use my AWS account and trying to open a lot of instances at the same time. So it will take a couple of minutes to turn on all the instance here. Okay, so my instances are now enabled. So what I'll do is I'll again go to the repeater tab where already I have captured the request. This is the previous response. I'm going to send it, and you can see I am getting some extra headers over here. It represents that it is coming from Amazon, but we are not interested in those at the moment. But what I'm interested in, that I am getting again 200 OK. The IP address is something different than what it was before. Even if I'm using the same computer, so I'm going to hit on send multiple times. Okay, 2 times. Now let's go to the browser to check the logs, and here you can see that each time I am getting a new IP assigned to me. So with the help of this IP rotate, I am getting each time the new IP. Okay, so now to slightly automate this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use intruder, and I'm going to use some null characters over here. So now let's select some null payloads and maybe generate 10 payloads to show you guys. So start attack. So what I'm doing is I have automated this process so that I don't have to click on send again and again. So these are some 10 requests which should appear into my logs, and here you can see that they are coming again and again, and each time when you focus on the IP address, it's something new or something different. It is not coming from the same source IP. So here we can see the IP address, it's 3.15.36, here it's 3.101.100 something something. So each time we are getting a new IP address. So this is how this attack is done when the limiting is not done based on the user account but done through the IP address or blocking the IP. When a developer assumes that a lot of requests from one IP should be blocked, so this is not the proper way. This can be bypassed with this technique, because being a single user, I was able to access multiple IPs, and this is how I spoofed the server saying that hey, each time I am a new user, and server also was ready to serve my request. So this is how this attack is performed. Okay, so I hope that you guys understood the practical that we tried performing. That to conclude that practical, what we have done is we were using the same user account, and the server was limiting based on the IP address. That means one single user having multiple IPs can do the attack, but one single user using one IP cannot. So to conclude this video, what we have done into the practical is, when I was trying to access the resource from the server from one single IP, the server was denying to share the resource with me because I was rate limited. But to bypass that rate limiting functionality which was added by the developer based on IP check, so what we have done is we have started a lot of instances from AWS account. Using IP rotate, we have bypassed that rate limiting mechanism which was there in place with the application. Let me show you the Instagram report so that we can just find out the similarities between the attack that we performed today with the actual report of the Instagram. Okay, so here I am onto this website which says the researcher name was Lakshman and he was rewarded with 30,000 US dollars. He found a very serious flaw in Instagram which was into the reset password mechanism. So during investigation, he find out that rate limiting mechanism is there in place but based on IP addresses. So the same thing we did today. So for complete exploitation and to generate the proof of concept, the attacker has used the simple PHP script in 1000 Amazon EC2 instances. In our case, we have used 10 EC2 instances to perform the demonstration. So I hope this video is pretty much clear now that how we have used the IP rotate extension to perform this attack and how you can do the same on a lot of different programs where the developer has put a rate limiting function based on IP, not on the user account. So this is how you can bypass it. I hope you like this video. If you find this video helpful, so do like, share and comment below that what all topics I should cover in future. If you wish to enroll in any of our courses, you can connect us on LinkedIn, as well as you can visit learn.actify.in to get all to get details about all our courses. At the end of this video, I want to say that take care of your health into this COVID situation. Stay home, stay safe, and do a lot of work bounties.